Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Ese Ufoma with the news. And on the news update, several senior civil servants have confirmed to newsmen in Abuja that civil servants whose salaries were withheld by the federal government due to technical glitches in the Ipis have now begun to receive credit alerts for November 2023 salaries. The national president of the Association of Senior Civil Servants, Tommy Etim, had earlier warned that about 5,000 civil servants risk forfeiture of their November and December salaries over integrated payroll and personal information system verification, IPPRS, and other discrepancies. The Chairman, Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, has said that 70% of Nigerian university students are internet fraudsters. The EFCC boss disclosed this while speaking with a delegation from Dar Communication PLC at EFCC headquarters in Jabi, Abuja, raising concerns that internet-related crimes is now a menace and cankerworm in the society. Value Chain TV spoke to Nigerians concerning the claims that 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are fraudsters. The report.
You should provide more evidence to that, because when you are telling us that 70% of youths are fraudsters, so that means we are not safe. So that means something is wrong. And we should also align it with the elders who train them. Which community are they from? What are they doing? And what really lead to that? Because if the economy is booming and everything is okay, once you finish your school you can get work. You don't have any business to do with any criminality.
How did he come about that statistics? That is number one. Which parameter did he use to assess that? So I think he is very, very wrong in his assessment, because it's not really true. Most Nigerian students, most of them today are engaged in so many legitimate businesses to survive, looking at the hardship of this country. So if we are talking about fraudsters, we should be talking about the politicians, not Nigerian students.
For me, what I think he said is true because of lack of jobs and insecurity in our country. So the youth prefer what will give us money and that. So that's why I see most of our youths engage in Yahoo and all those things. So I'm advising the federal government to provide more jobs opportunities for our youth, so that it will lessen the fraud, the Yahoo, all those things that boys do.
It's a bad habit for me, but they should go out for something to do and become useful to themselves. Many youths are struggling, some are doing their businesses, selling materials and all that. Some are doing foster, but it's a bad habit. I don't support that, but may God bless the ones that chose. Though I know it's on the high, but it's not. I won't just say 70%. You understand? So what we see on social media is on the high. It's alarming. But we'll just pray for the better control of Nigeria, and the government should try and help the youths.
In its effort to further boost natural gas utilization in the country and enhance Nigeria's gas revenue, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has signed 2 major agreements to deliver liquefied natural gas to the domestic gas market and the international market. This was revealed in a statement issued to journalists by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer at NNPC Limited, Olufemi Sonye, in Abuja. Chat Moses completes the report.
During 2 separate signing ceremonies held on the sidelines of the just concluded United Nations Climate Change Conference of Parties, NNPCL signed a Memorandum of Understanding with Wilson Heavy Industry Company Limited for the development of floating liquefied natural gas projects in Nigeria, targeting the international liquefied natural gas market. The statement also noted that NNPC Prime Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, a subsidiary of NNPC Trading Limited, signed a supply, installation and commissioning agreement with SDP Services, an independent oil and gas company, for a 421 tons per day liquefied natural gas project targeting the domestic liquefied natural gas market. The floating liquefied natural gas MOU was signed by the Executive Vice President, Gas, Power and New Energy, Olalekan Ogunleye, on behalf of NNPC Limited, and the Managing Director of Wilson Limited, Mr. Kai Zhu, on behalf of his company. Both parties agreed to work together to chart a roadmap for the project development that would lead to an investment decision. For Value Chain TV, Chat Moses reporting.
The Ikeja branch of the Nigeria's Customs Service has disclosed that it intercepted 13 units of imported vehicles, 9 trailer loads of foreign rice, and 18,100 liters of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, worth about 873 million naira altogether. The acting Customs Area Controller in charge of the Federal Operation Unit Zone A, Hussein Ejibonu, said this while addressing journalists in Ikeja, Lagos State. Ejibonu noted that some contrabands were intercepted in Ogun State in November, and the total of the duty-paid value of seized goods was 873 million naira, with 11 suspects arrested in connection with the different seizures. The Senate Committee on Power has disclosed plans to interrogate the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, regarding why there is no allocation for the Mambila Power Project in the 2024 budget, even as the ministry intends to spend 400 million naira on conference. The chairman of the committee, Senator Einaya Abaribe, stated this while speaking to journalists on the issue. Adaobi Ogwejafor completes the report.
Critical analysis revealed that there is no allocation in the 2024 budget proposal for the project of the construction of the multi-billion naira Mambila hydropower plant at Gimbu, Taraba State. The Northern Elders Forum (NEF) said that the zero allocation for the Mambila power project in the 2024 budget showed that the government is not committed to addressing Nigeria's energy crisis. NEF spokesman Abdulaziz Suleiman, who spoke to newsmen, said the ministry's plan to spend 400 million naira on conferences raises serious questions about the government's priorities. The Mambila Power Project, which has been subject to controversies during the former administration of President Muhammadu Buhari, is considered to be the largest hydropower plant in the country, with the potentials of generating over 350,000 megawatts of electricity. For Value Chain TV, Adaobi Ogwejafor reporting.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria and Power Distribution Company will in May next year complete a total of 53 power projects worth 122 billion naira, which are currently under construction across the country. During a tour of 3 of the projects located at Ojo, Isolo, and Oworonshoki transmission stations in Lagos, TCN's program coordinator in charge of the project, Matthew Ajibade, said that when completed, the projects, which are funded by the Central Bank of Nigeria, will add over 1,000 megawatts to the firm's wheeling capacity. According to Ajibade, the projects have not been abandoned as it has been widely speculated, adding that it is currently working and ongoing and will be delivered at the expected time. Details of how students' loan scheme will be implemented remain sketchy, even as the federal government has voted 50 billion naira in the 2024 budget for its implementation. The vote was contained in the details of the 2024 budget appropriation. The president, however, assured that the loan scheme would kick off in January. Some Nigerians speaking to Value Chain TV expressed concerns on the high criteria to qualify for the loan and how feasible the January kickoff is. The report.
They need to scale this and re-express this better, so that people can have understand the modalities on how this and the number of loan beneficiaries that this will be, the demographic implication of a student that will be engaged, and they should also be able to look at the impact of this loan, looking down 10 years, 15 years from now, whether it will profit the society.
The students actually be able to access the loan, and even if they access, will they be able to pay? And if they don't pay, what happens? It gets back to them. So what are we talking about? People are suffering. People are suffering. We were thinking things will be better, but is it really getting better? Everything, foodstuff is getting high in the market. You have a student, if you give your child who is a student 50,000 today, it will not last for 1 month. How much is the salary of a civil servant? And you don't have one, you don't have two, maybe 4, 5. So what? It's just the grace of God that has been sustaining us in this country.
Concerning the student loan, I can see this as a rubbish, because what I can say rubbish, it is something that me and you will not benefit at the end of the day. And if it is me and you can benefit, something that we can benefit, they have to give it a pre-hand to every Nigerian, other Nigerian. Since it is something that the government want to help the indigenous of the country. Less indigenous of the country have something. Nobody should not go to school. Everybody should go to school. So if everybody should go to school, let them leave it open for the less privileged to afford. But less privileged cannot afford this loan, because the condition is too much. The condition is higher than the privileged people.
And that's it on Value Chain TV News Update. I am S.A. Ufoma. Thanks for watching.